All right, folks, my next guest views the AI sell-off as healthy for the market and says that there are some concerns and they're valid. So I want to bring in now Monez Crespi, the global head of Internet and Software Equity Research, Brian White. Brian, let's start with those because it's not usually when we have someone who covers an industry, it's not often they admit that, okay, some concerns are valid. So I'm glad you point.
Yeah, these are good concerns.
Okay, valuations.
You know, one of the issues with valuations is, even though they're a little stretched, it's not like obscene,
right.
not for every company,
right.
But also, you know, are you looking at near-term peak earnings? And I'm not talking about software, but maybe in chips, areas like that.
Circular deals, you know, you've seen all the graphs and the schematics and everything, and they're saying, hey, listen, companies did this in 2000, you know, like Cisco, for instance, and it should be a red flag, not for you, necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, they're profitable companies backing it. To be honest, I don't like to see it. It comes across a little sketchy, but the companies backing it have a lot of money. So
we won't necessarily focus on the social ramifications. I talk about this stuff a lot on the show. I agree that it exists, but the server life accounting there's a big battle there. Of course, you know, Burry kind of brought this into the forefront. How long do these things have to last? 3 years, 5 years, forever? I mean, what's the deal?
The guy's dead right. I mean, they went from like 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they're adding like $1 billion a quarter in profit. Now, the only thing against this being a major issue, it doesn't impact cash flow. Right, because depreciation. So it might impact, it's positive for your profit, but your cash flow doesn't change because depreciation doesn't impact your cash
flow. What about the notion of that they say that it's the software stacking that's extended the life of some of these things since, you know?
I think that's true, but then AI came in. They started to do it before AI took off. Okay. And so now AI, because these new processors come out so quickly, GPUs, it may be shorter.
Let's talk about the big news today. Meta, Zuckerberg plans deep cuts for the metaverse, maybe 30%. We've seen this movie before.
Right.
Facebook stock crashes, right? I mean, it just crashes and crashes and crashes. Finally, he says, no mas. You know, I called it the maturation of Zuckerberg. The stock reverses. Wall Street's happy. Are we back at that point maybe in your mind? Because I know you've already had a buy on this stock coming into the day.
He got religion. I mean, this guy knows how to pivot. When his stock starts going down, he knows how to pivot. I mean, this is a business that loses $4.3 billion a quarter in third quarter, but generates less than $500 million in revenue. It's absurd. And $73 billion in losses since fourth quarter 20.
What is it? It's just like his Moby Dick kind of thing. Is he Captain Ahab in the metaverse Moby Dick?
I believe he's right if he can look at a decade, but he started investing in this before AI came onto the scene. He can't do both. Right. That's what he's telling you, and this is very good.
You had a higher target for this. Yes. If you had 860, now you're 808. You're still comfortable with 808?
Comfortable with it. We cut this because of the higher spending next year. Okay. On the last earnings call. That's the only reason. Okay. Revenue went up, profits went down.
This next 30% though may make you know, we'll see what happens, right? But I like how you bifurcate where you like in this space, right? You like the big tech picks that are somewhat overlooked. The A's have it. The last time they reported, the A's had the best reports. Still, though, you think they're being overlooked, Amazon and Apple?
Definitely. I mean, Amazon, you know, has kind of been an AI pariah, right? And you've seen Google and all these other guys.
Maybe they got to make a chip. If they can make their own chip.
They have chips.
Yeah.
They have. Anthropic buys a lot of chips. So they put up a phenomenal quarter. In fact, it was a star last quarter.
And Apple's made a hell of a comeback. This just on higher iPhone sales, which blows me away. Like, you know, the same people have to buy a new iPhone every time they come out. But they've taken their time in the past on great innovations, and they've always been able to catch up.
Privacy. Apple Intelligence, they're focusing on privacy. Long term, that's a winner.
That's a winner. Well, it's been a winner for a long time, so then Tim Cook really should get some props. Let me talk about the underdogs. Okay, and of course, I thought about you twice this week. I was in Vegas. I accidentally stumbled into Venetian on the AI conference. It blew me away. Mungo was there. Datadog was there. Yes. And everyone's buying new watches. Everyone's got money. Crushed it this week. Your target 475. What would you add to this? If someone says, what does Mungo do? Because I had a hard time explaining it to people.
It's a database. So they make a database like Oracle, but it's a next generation database. If you build an app, you need a database. And so when companies go out there and build next gen apps, AI, they need a database, and they're going to benefit. They almost have no revenue today from AI, almost none. I mean, Snow, 100 million last night they said in AI. That's tiny.
I like what you did. So Snow reports they beat, the stock gets slapped up pretty good.
Yes.
And you raised your target.
Yeah. You know, they have a new CFO. Okay. I think they're being conservative. They gave a very, I would call it conservative outlook on margins for the January quarter.
Right.
That upset people. The beat wasn't as big. This is nonsense. You can't have AI without data, and Snow does that.
All right. You had some interesting neutrals. Since names have been in the news, Google's been declared the winner of AI, the destroyer of OpenAI, maybe the destroyer of NVIDIA, but you have a neutral on it. Oracle came down heavy and hard because of all that debt.
Yep.
Got a big upgrade yesterday. What is it? Why are they both or neutrals here? Is it just because this has gone up so much and this still has question marks?
We've had buys in the past. We were very early on Oracle. I don't like what's happening there. These deals are so big.
So the $500 billion in the pipeline, maybe some of that doesn't come through.
I mean, $300 billion is OpenAI.
Right.
You know, I don't like it. And debt's going up. Cash flow is negative for the first time in 20 years. I mean, you know, Google, antitrust went away, slap on the wrist, Buffett, Gemini 3, and then chips.
TPUs. Right, yeah. But you have a neutral on this right now.
Yeah,
has it come too far too fast?
The one thing, that's part of it, but the other thing is there is still a threat to what OpenAI is doing and everyone else to search.
Wow.
There's still a threat.
Brian, you're killing it. Keep